Hello and welcome to this tutorial on telling your story using TimelineJS. This is an open source multimedia timeline tool that was created at Northwestern University. This tutorial is brought to you by student research here at CSU Channel Islands. Timelines are a really good way to tell a story when that story involves the development of a process over time. For students, it asks you to decide what are the important events that you need to talk about as part of your timeline, and what are the less important events that you can leave out and still tell the story. So from a critical thinking perspective, this asks you to curate the facts of the story as you're telling them. One of the real benefits of doing a timeline is that you can discover patterns in chronological events. They're also informative, educational, and entertaining. Finally, you can embed them into Omeka websites, CI keys, WordPress websites, and such, and it really makes for a very professional looking presentation of information. So in order to begin creating your timeline, you're going to go to timeline.nightlab.com and you will go to the Make a Timeline button, and you'll click on that button, and that'll get you to this page. And you're going to click on the Get the Spreadsheet Template button. Now what that's going to do is take you to a Google spreadsheet, and it's already set up for you. There's nothing that you have to change about this other than to fill in your information. So you'll need to click on the Use This Template button, and that's going to help you to create a copy of this. So it's going to open a copy for you, and you're going to click on the Rename button and give your timeline spreadsheet a name that you're going to remember. Then select rows 2 through 9 and clear all the contents out, because that's where you're going to be putting in your own contents. Again, this is set up for you. There's no need to change the column headers. Don't remove any columns. Don't add any columns. And for the most part, don't leave any blank rows in your spreadsheet. Once you've filled in the information in your spreadsheet, you're going to go back to the File button and click that, and you'll see Publish to the Web. So you click on Publish to the Web, and some other things will come up here. Just get rid of those things. You're not going to need those. What you'll do is you'll take the URL from the spreadsheet that you created, copy that, and paste it in at step 3. Take your URL and put it right there. And your URL should involve docs.google.com, and then there'll be a bunch of garbage after that. Now we're ready to preview the timeline. So you click on Preview, and you will get a preview of your timeline. Thinking about your timeline for a second, you want to keep the timeline pretty short. So about 20 slides is about as much as you're going to want to ask somebody to click through. It's important to pick stories that have strong chronological narratives. If this is a story that needs to jump around in time, like some old episode of Star Trek, well, that's probably not a very good way to use a timeline. As you discuss each event in the timeline, you should be referring back to that larger narrative that you're telling. What's the overall story that you're telling? And you should include events that build up to major occurrences, not just major events. So sometimes there are subplots in a story, and and you may want to build those in. You are able, using TimelineJS, to pull in media from a variety of sources: Twitter, Flickr, YouTube, Vimeo, and many, many more. This is a very plastic kind of process. Now, once you have your timeline, you will notice that there is some embed code here, and that may be useful for you when it's time to begin embedding things. And we'll have another tutorial on how to embed things.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to this tutorial. Good luck working on your timeline.